Assalamu alaikum. So during the weekend, I was part of the people who visited the Cape Coast Castle at the central region of Ghana. And if you are looking to tour in Ghana, that's another place you should consider: the Kakum National Park and then the Cape Coast Castle. As an African, as a Ghanaian, you should really be sad whenever you visit there. It's not a place for fun. It's not a place that you would enjoy. It's a place that when you see the cruelty of the people of color, how they enslaved and treated our forefathers, you would really understand that no, these people were so wicked. Their fathers were so wicked that they could take our grandfathers through that kind of cruelty. And there are a lot of things I would be talking about relating to that. But for today, I would want to just talk about the size of the room. There's a place where they call the male dungeon and then the female dungeon. The dungeon is like a small room where they packed Ghanaians, where they packed our fathers. Huh? Just a small room. It's not even up to the room that I'm using to make video like this. Just a small room. Over 250 people packed in a room. That means that when you stand, you will not be able to squat. When you squat, you will not be able to lie down. And these people are supposed to stay there for months before they get transported by through the ship. By using the ship, then they arrived at wherever they want to transport them. They were trading human beings like the way we trade goats, the way we trade goose. They were shipping human beings like that. You could see that these were wicked people. Huh? Hey! Big, small room, plenty people. You know, that's one of the things people don't want us to talk about the history, things that happened to our forefathers. They don't want to talk about that. They don't want us to talk about it, especially the people of color. They don't want us to talk about slavery that their fathers took us through, because they know that when we learn about our history, we will definitely know how to live with them. And that is what I'm saying. If you are Ghanaian, it's good you learn your history and you know where you are coming from and you know where you are going, wherever you find yourself. Now, they took us to the governor's room. The governor's room was as wide as double of the room that the people were staying. That's the black slaves were staying. The governor's room was big and wide. That it can contain over 500 people. But only one person was staying in that room. But for our fathers who were traded as slaves, over 250 people were living half of the room, the size of the room that the governor was living. And not just that, where the room that our forefathers were enslaved, there was no light. There was no light, there was not enough air. They created small holes at the top of the buildings. That is where small light comes in, and that is where they used to breathe with. Subhanallah. In that same room, they shit in that same room. They urinated in that same room. They did everything in that same room, and they still sleep there and survive there. Look at how people were wicked. They were, you see, like the way you and I, when we trade animals, we trade goat and things like that. At least we clean the goat's room. There are enough air for the goats to breathe. We give them good water to drink, good food to eat. They eat more than 3 times a day. These people were wicked. They fed them once a day. They didn't have enough air to breathe. These people were very wicked. It's good you know your history as a black person. As a Ghanaian, it's good you know your history. You understand? But don't let your history overshadow your thinking about what you seek for the hereafter. I hope you understand. Why must you know your history? It is important you know your history because you know where you come from and where you are going. It is important you know your history so that the same tactics and deception that they used on your great-grandfathers, they will not use those same tactics or those same deception on you wherever you find yourself. So it is high time, if you have your child, your children, make some time, visit the Cape Coast Castle, visit wherever castle that exists, so that you learn about the history of your forefathers relating in their relationship with the people of color and other parts of the world. Then you would also learn to know how you can live with them, know when you can accept others, and when some others are rubbish, you should not accept them. Know when you should say no. You should not always be yes, massa. You understand? Yes. There's so wicked and cruelty. So this is just one video. I'll be coming up with the second video talking about other things on that. Buying a genuine land in Ghana is very difficult. You would have problems with people and land guards. But if you do not want to go through the hassle of going to court every single time, kindly contact Seaside Estates located at Kasua Gomo Fete, and they will sort you out and you would have no problem with anyone. You don't need to rush. Just contact them now. Thank you very much. If you enjoyed this, kindly follow this Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow our TikTok channel. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Kindly go to YouTube and subscribe to The Village Muslim. Don't forget to click the bell button.